Audience, please stand to receive the graduates. Okay, can they get out the way? Get them out the way. Good afternoon. Cleveland Central Middle School 2020-2021 Promotion Ceremony. Advanced Academics Actualized. We will have the invocation by Tiara Williams, Miss CCMS, Travion Stokes, Mr. CCMS, salutatorian address, Jaden Bryant, valedictorian address, Isabella Gibbons.
Good afternoon. I'm Tiara Williams, and this is Travion Stokes, and we're Mr. and Mrs. CCMS. We want to welcome everyone to our 8th grade promotion ceremony. It's been a weird year. There have been lots of ups and downs, but we've matured. Promotion isn't the final step in our academic careers, it's just the next step.
In 2 months, we're off to high school, which is going to be challenging, but it's also going to prepare us for what's to come next. On behalf of our classmates, we want to thank the teachers, family, and coaches who have been there for us and helped us make it this far. Thank you for helping us grow. We couldn't have done it without you.
Please bow your heads for a moment of prayer. Our Father, God, how wonderful are the works of your hands. As we gather here today to celebrate a step forward into new places with new people and new experiences, let us not forget the blessings that follow behind us. And in Jesus' name, amen.
Good afternoon, class of 2021. We passed middle school. That was a short 2 years. Now, I didn't come here today to give a church sermon, but I wanted to reflect on the lessons we learned here, like persistence. This year has definitely been challenging for all of us when choosing between virtual and in-person school and juggling our education during a pandemic. We have all shown persistence and determination throughout the school year. Even in these last few weeks, when everybody dropped out and decided to have an early vacation, we stuck with it because the habits we form now determine our future. Another lesson we've all certainly learned is team spirit. We couldn't have made it this past year without support from our fellow students, parents, family members, teachers, and other CCMS faculty. I would like to thank, in particular, my favorite teachers. They know who they are, for making this year spectacular. Shout out to Rachel for co-writing the speech. Finally, graduation is not the end, it's a new beginning as we make this transition into high school and then on to bigger and better things. Our experiences here have not been a monolith, but I hope that we all leave here better people than when we came. Congratulations.
Greetings, everyone. Once again, I'd like to warmly welcome all of my peers, educators, administrators, and staff as they partake in this momentous day of promotion for CCMS's 8th grade class of 2020 through 2021. As the class valedictorian of this year, I have the privilege of finally delivering a speech, revised and rewritten numerous times in preparation for this day. Initially, I encountered various tribulations while composing it, some of which stem from my lack of experience as a public speaker and my proclivity for procrastination. Undoubtedly, after pouring in sacrifices and stress, I came to this final composition. Now, I'd like to invite everyone to listen and pay attention to my following address. Undeniably, change is perpetual, or in simple terms, it is continuously happening. From the minute we move a muscle or to the minute I prepare to speak another word, we undergo change. As well, we apply the concept of change to practically every aspect of our life. When we learn something new in school, our perception of knowledge shifts, or even now, this day of promotion for the forthcoming school year is no exception from this discourse. Over this past year and a half, we have encountered significant cases of change. Consequently, some of these instances have progressed to the point where naming them would be unnecessary for me. From a pandemic that will undoubtedly go down in history books, and to the pinnacles of diverse movements that provide a renewed sense of visibility to change, each contributes to the question, what more can we do in the future? Naturally, each of these incidents has separately instilled us with a refreshed sensibility of change. Nonetheless, this immense volume of change that we have endured lately has ultimately guided us towards adversity in ourselves. In a sense, this poses another question. What are we capable of achieving under these dynamic conditions? Altogether, how can we prevail throughout this change with our singularity? Ralph Waldo Emerson once said, "To be yourself in a world that is constantly trying to make you something else is the greatest accomplishment." As we are all united here presently, I imagine plenty of individuals seated in this room can relate to this saying. As we grow further accustomed to this continual change, we notice the consistency of people that pressurize us into altering the way we are. Oftentimes, this realization arrives at an overdue time, and we consequently transform into someone that lacks each of their primary aspects. This masquerade ends up exerting a price on how you behave, feel, or just your overall mental state. You convert to an individual that is constantly equipped with a drive to be someone they aren't. And even as you wander through society, you begin to dwell in a vicarious style where instead of remaining as yourself, you are living through others. Despite this, there reaches a duration when you start to recognize how all of that lacks significance, and you should pay closer consideration to who you are. You begin to learn how essential it is for you to be unchanged by these matters, and that your ingenuity and creativity speak volumes. With your singularity, the sole purpose is to persist as yourself, and not to gratify others for their solitary alterations on you. That right there is assuredly one of the most exceptional achievements you can acquire. Nevertheless, some people still proceed to minimize you from the embracement of your individuality. However, no one should be able to influence or change who you are except yourself, regardless of your religion, race, sexual orientation, ethnicity, or gender. Some may subtly mock or deride you for these things, but these characteristics are beyond your control. While others may also have the exact same personality as you or shoe size as you, there's still at least one thing that distinguishes you from the rest. Your individuality is what defines you, of course, and no one should dictate or tell you otherwise. I, too, am struggling to uphold my sense of the self-identity, but at the same time, the struggle influences how I may reflect upon myself in the future and whether or not I can change to which I propagate for others. To my fellow peers that have surmounted this barricade of societal and normality change, I applaud you. Not only for your prosperity, but also for your steadfast individuality. Thank you.
Thank you, Isabella and Jaden. Will the top 10 students please stand? Certificate of recognition. This certifies that had the highest cumulative grade point average in the 2021 class at Cleveland Central Middle School, Isabella Gibbons. Certificate of recognition. This certifies that had the second highest cumulative grade point average in the 2021 class at Cleveland Central Middle School, Jaden Bryant. Certificate of recognition. This certifies that had the third highest cumulative grade point average in the 2020-2021 class at Cleveland Central Middle School, Rachel Tibbs. Certificate of recognition. This certifies that had the fourth highest cumulative grade point average in the 2020-2021 class at Cleveland Central Middle School, Sarah Walbeezer. Certificate of recognition. This certifies that had the fifth highest cumulative grade point average in the 2020-2021 class at Cleveland Central Middle School, Langston Smith. Certificate of recognition. This certifies that had the sixth highest average cumulative grade point average in the 2020-2021 class at Cleveland Central Middle School, Tiara Williams. Certificate of recognition. This certifies that had the seventh highest cumulative grade point average in the 2020-2021 class at Cleveland Central Middle School, Antonae Shelton. Certificate of recognition. This certifies that had the eighth highest cumulative grade point average in the 2020-2021 class at Cleveland Central Middle School, Priscilla Garcia. Certificate of recognition. This certifies that had the ninth highest cumulative grade point average in the 2020-2021 class at Cleveland Central Middle School, Dawn Flowers. Certificate of recognition. This certifies that had the 10th highest cumulative grade point average in the 2020-2021 class at Cleveland Central Middle School, Lorian Shaw. Please join me in giving our top 10 a round of applause. You all may be seated. Certificate of recognition. Cleveland Central Middle School recognizes for making honor roll one time during the 2020-2020 school year, Marquise Rembert. Certificate of recognition. Cleveland Central Middle School recognizes for making the honor roll one time during the 2020-2021 school year, Timothy Roach. Certificate of recognition. Cleveland Central Middle School recognizes for making the honor roll one time during the 2020-2021 school year, Michael Robb. Cleveland Central Middle School recognizes that for making the honor roll one time during the 2020-2021 school year, Jamiri Scott. Certificate of Excellence. This award is given to Jamiri Scott for having the third highest science average for Pack A, for having the second highest math average Pack A, for having the third highest ELA average Pack A, Jamiri Scott. Certificate of recognition. Cleveland Central Middle School recognizes for making the honor roll 2 times during the 2020-2021 school year, Jaden Seaberry. For having the third highest web design average, Jaden Seaberry. Certificate of recognition. Cleveland Central Middle School recognizes for making the honor roll one time during the 2020-2021 school year, Colin Sellers. Certificate of recognition. Cleveland Central Middle School recognizes for making the honor roll 3 times during the 2020-21 school year, Kennedy Sellers. Certificate of recognition. Cleveland Central Middle School recognizes for making the honor roll 2 times during the 2020-21 school year, Amir Sherabadi. Certificate of recognition. Cleveland Central Middle School recognizes for making the honor roll 3 times during the 2020-21 school year, Lorian Shaw. Certificate of recognition. Cleveland Central Middle School recognizes for making the honor roll 3 times during the 2020-2021 school year, Anthony Shelton. For having the third highest star history average, Pack A, Anthony Shelton. For having the third highest ELA, Pack A, Anthony Shelton. Certificate of recognition. Cleveland Central Middle School recognizes for making the honor roll 2 times during the 2020-2021 school year, Lauren Silas. Certificate of recognition. Cleveland Central Middle School recognizes for making the honor roll 2 times during the 2020-2021 school year, Addison Smith. Certificate of recognition. Cleveland Central Middle School recognizes for making the honor roll 2 times during the 2020-2021 school year, Langston Smith. For having the third highest accelerated reader total, Pack A, Langston Smith. For the second highest star math average, Langston Smith. For having the second highest star ELA average, Langston Smith. For having the second highest star history average, Pack A, Langston Smith. For having the second highest star science average, Langston Smith. Certificate of recognition. Cleveland Central Middle School recognizes for making the honor roll 2 times during the 2020-2021 school year, Lana Snyder. Certificate of recognition. Cleveland Central Middle School recognizes for making the honor roll 3 times during the 2020-2021 school year, Travion Stokes. (2020-21) CCMS highest average help, Janiyah Stallion. Certificate of recognition. Cleveland Central Middle School recognizes for making the honor roll 2 times during the 2020-2021 school year, Vegas Taylor. For having the 3rd highest star science average, Vegas Taylor. Certificate of recognition. Cleveland Central Middle School recognizes for making the honor roll 3 times during the 2020-2021 school year, Rachel Tibbs. For the highest star science average, Pack A, Rachel Tibbs. For the highest star history average, Pack A, Rachel Tibbs. For the highest band average in 8th grade, Rachel Tibbs. For the second highest star ELA average in 8th grade, Pack A, Rachel Tibbs. For the highest cyber application average in 8th grade, Pack A, Rachel Tibbs. For the highest star math average in 8th grade, Rachel Tibbs. Good job, Rachel. Certificate of recognition. Cleveland Central Middle School recognizes for making the honor roll 1 time during the 2020-2021 school year, Addison Vestal. Certificate of recognition. Cleveland Central Middle School recognizes for making the honor roll 3 times during the 2020-21 school year, Sarah Walbeezer. For having the highest star history average, Sarah Walbeezer. For having the 3rd highest cyber application average, Sarah Walbeezer. For having the 2nd highest star science average, Sarah Walbeezer. For having the 2nd highest band average in 8th grade, Sarah Walbeezer. For having the 2nd highest star ELA average in 8th grade, Sarah Walbeezer. Certificate of Excellence. This award is given to, for the 2nd highest science average in Pack B, Christopher Walker. For the highest ELA average in Pack B, Christopher Walker. Certificate of recognition. Cleveland Central Middle School recognizes for making the honor roll 2 times during the 2020-21 school year, Victoria Walker. For the third highest history average in Pack A, Victoria Walker. For the third highest cyber application average, Victoria Walker. For the second highest math average, Victoria Walker. Certificate of recognition. Cleveland Central Middle School recognizes for making the honor roll 1 time during the 2020-21 school year, Skylar Weeks. Certificate of recognition. Cleveland Central Middle School recognizes for making the honor roll 2 times during the 2020-21 school year, Shakaya White. For having the second highest reading rote achievement progress average in 8th grade, Shakaya White. For having the highest ELA average in 8th grade Pack B, Shakaya White. Certificate of recognition. Cleveland Central Middle School recognizes for making the honor roll 3 times during the 2020-21 school year, Destiny White. For having the second highest cyber applications average, Destiny White. For having the second highest star science average, Pack B, Destiny White. For having the third highest accelerated reader total in 8th grade Pack B, Destiny White. For making the honor roll 3 times, Destiny White. Certificate of recognition. Cleveland Central Middle School recognizes for making the honor roll 3 times during the 2020-21 school year, Demaya White. For having the second highest ELA average in Pack A, Demaya White. Certificate of recognition. Cleveland Central Middle School recognizes for making the honor roll 2 times during the 2020-21 school year, Devin Williams. Certificate of recognition. Cleveland Central Middle School recognizes for making the honor roll 3 times during the 2020-21 school year, Tiara Williams. Certificate of excellence. This award is given to for having the highest science average in 8th grade Pack B, Terrence Wilson. For having the second highest accelerated reader total in 8th grade Pack B, Terrence Wilson. For having the second highest ELA average in 8th grade Pack B, Terrence Wilson. Mr. Whitehead challenged us this year to create a journalism club, and we had 8 spectacular students that took the charge and wrote our weekly or monthly newsletter. So this certificate of excellence, Cleveland Central Middle School recognizes Jaden Russell for serving on the staff of the journalism club during the 2020-21 academic year. Certificate of excellence. Cleveland Central Middle School recognizes for serving on the staff of the journalism club during the 2020-2021 school year, Jordan Russell. Certificate of excellence. Cleveland Central Middle School recognizes for serving on the staff of the Journalism Club during the 2020-2021 academic year, Jaquavius Simpson. Certificate of Recognition. This award is given to for being named the 8th grade Pac B Student of the Year for 2020-2021, Ms. Rachel Teal. Will the 8th graders please stand? Let's give them a round of applause, the moment you all been waiting for. Certificate of Completion. This is presented to, for completing the 8th grade, Alexis Reed. No. Chelsea Reed. Kiana Revis. Michael Richardson. Kaylin Rigby, Delalia Riley Davis, Marquise Rembert, Timothy Roach, Michael Robb, Philip Robb, Zulima Rodriguez, Davion Ross, Quintarius Roundtree, Jaden Russell, Jordan Russell, Jamiri Scott, Jaden Seaberry, Colin Sellers, Kennedy Sellers, Amiri Sherabadi, Lorian Shaw, Antonae Shelton, Lauren Silas, Nicholas Simmons, Jaquavius Simpson, Addison Smith, Amaya Smith, Brianna Smith, Langston Smith, Tamia Smith, Lena Snyder, Janaya Stallion, Frankia Stokes, Travion Stokes, Demarion Sutton, Joshua Sutton, Jason Talbert, Vegas Taylor, Onaya Thomas, Tiana Thomas, Tristan Thomas, Rachel Tibbs, John Tiptishkin, Candice Torres, Jordan Turner, Tamarcus Turner, Erica Veal, Addison Vestal, Takira Wade, Sarah Walbeezer, Christopher Walker, Micaiah Walker, Victoria Walker, Kadera Wallace, Kenneth Ward, Tamaya Ward, Kelsey Weeks, Skylar Weeks, Shakaya White, Destiny White, Demaya White, Jordan Whitehead, Raydarius Wilder, Cortland Williams, Devin Williams, Jacob Williams, Ryan Williams, Tiara Williams, Tyler Williams, Jaden Wilson, Terrence Wilson, DeMarcus Winters, Janaya Woodard, Savannah Woods, Charles Wright, Leland Yates, and last but not least, Kristen Zolokova. And I have one final recognition for Ryan Williams from Ms. Cosley for extraordinary performance. Now please join me in giving this class a boisterous round of applause.
As you notice, we divide the graduation in 3 parts. So just imagine if all 3 groups were here together, we'd be from wall to wall. So we had a large class this year and a wonderful class. And we look at the guidelines and the policies of the Cleveland School District and the guidelines of the Cleveland Central Middle School. According to both these guidelines, these students have met all certifications to promote to the 9th grade. Let's give them a round of applause. Thank you.
At this time,